This life is for you, only for you. This life is truth,
all that you perceive rid yourself of all delusions and come lay down here in the silence of being. For unlike time, you are not passive. You are the formless within all forms, the silence and stillness inside all movements of time and manifestation. Arise into the fullness of your real nature as the unchanging self, the goal and source of all being. Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
one wish, one prayer, one reason I am here, one focus, one desire, the only purpose of my life. It is for you, 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 it is for you. You, 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 you. So the prayer is to see you, to feel you everywhere, to only hear you, only sense you, to always be in your embrace. My all belongs to you, my heart is only yours. It's all for you, 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 it's all for you. you, you. When you are my only focus, all else disappears. And I die in you. I is no longer here. There's only you. 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 You, 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 you. Shiva, Shiva, Shiva. Om
Thank you, my dear. No sound? Namaste, everyone. Very warm welcome to Satsang this morning. Sadhguru Shri Muji Ji ki Jai. The mic is not functioning today, so we just go with this. I hope it's audible. Should we switch for a minute to the other one and see what they say? Can we switch over to this one? Okay, how is this one? Is this better than the previous one? Previous was better, okay. Maya says second one was better. Okay, half with this one, half with that one. We had this beautiful retreat at Chinmaya Vibhuti. And for me, it felt like my work is done. Then, sure enough, we were playing this game there saying, I am awareness, but, or I am consciousness, but, angle. It's usually after these retreats, after this strong immersion into the truth, that the mind comes up with the best doubts. Sometimes it can even seem like in our life situation, the most terrible things seem to be happening. But there is never a but. It is never ever I am awareness, but, and you can say something but which is valid. Because nothing has ever happened to awareness. Never happened. So if we did not have this power to believe, this power of pretense, then we would not even be able to enjoy this game like this, personally. So if at least nothing else, know that it is a game. You have seen this, all of you, that the most truth that can be spoken in satsang is simply I am awareness. Ultimately, even that is not conveying the reality of, but what follows the but is never ever true. And I'm not asking you to believe this. You don't need to believe this. All we need to do is check. If I am the witnessing, what were we saying in the retreat? I'm the one solitary witness. The one solitary witness, then what could ever have happened to me? So whatever is happening, if you feel that something is happening, find out who it is about. Who is it really about? Otherwise we keep going like this, on and on. Does awareness have a story? Then how can you have one? And immediately the mind will come, but. Then you'll say that, yes, but I have a dynamic aspect. I'm not just this primal witnessing, there's also this dynamic aspect called consciousness. Okay, so consciousness emerges, and the play of I am. All of this drama starts. So who are you trying to help? God? You're resolving things for who? Who is suffering? Awareness, we said, unconcerned, one solitary witness who stays cool through, through everything. Then consciousness comes into play. So all this game, all these doubts are whose? Do they belong to consciousness? So when we say that this is happening to me, and it's funny that for most of us that were in the retreat, I've already got a report that something is happening with me. This is the play. Who is this one? So what we are really saying is that, yes, I see, I am awareness, and my dynamic functioning is consciousness, but still, can't you help the person in some way? The non-existent one. We still have some allegiance towards that. And who's doing all of this? Consciousness itself. The point is not to make any of you feel guilty, just to point out that this is the way the game plays. The magnetism, the attraction of our personal ideas seems so strong that we could be deeply immersed in the truth for a week, experientially, not just conceptually. And yet, something quickly comes back after that and says, but what about me? Who has ever been able to resolve things for this me? We feel like we'll come to some final resolution one day. We will come to a final dissolution maybe one day, but not a resolution. You've seen all the things everyone has tried. Relationships we tried, money we tried, healthy body we tried, search for freedom we tried. Resolved it for the me became satisfied, quiet, content. Just doesn't happen. You see, that is not the programming of this voice. This mind is not programmed to be done ever. It is only programmed for more and more and more. And it will sell you the message of more and more, sometimes saying almost there. Just almost there. Now, I'm coming to this truth of myself, but if I could also just do this part, because this part gets in the way of what? Of who? Yes, yes, all that is okay for satsang. But my life, you see, my life, who? Who we refuse to answer? Does this mean that something must be renounced, that life must be renounced or something? No. But we can renounce the story, this false one, this idea, not to be found in the body, the person not to be found in the body. You can't surgically find this person, where is it? Not to be found in being, in consciousness, not to be found in the witness of all of this one awareness, not to be found in this realm outside. The only evidence of this one is circumstantial. We have some emails from that one, and they appear in our mind, the inbox of our mind. They come. Yes, yes, this is left to do. Yes, yes. You're not free yet. You're almost there. We'll get there. This one is just the emails, the circumstantial evidence of the non-existent one. And we want to clear up this inbox. All of us have that nightmare in the corporate world, especially. The inbox doesn't get clear, so we're trying to clear this inbox. It doesn't happen. Mail comes, okay, just get to this much money, then I'll stop sending you email. I'll be happy. Doesn't happen. Just marry this one. No more email after that. Doesn't happen. I'm not even saying delete. I'm just saying don't open. And if you open, I'm saying don't believe. If the scamsters send you mail, Nigerian scamsters, earlier when they would send mails, people would always call me and say, is this real? Could it be real? How do you know it's not real? I could actually be getting this $1 million from a dead dictator in Nigeria. So you say, no, don't believe. Second time, some aunt that you never knew about passed away and you have an inheritance to claim that you're supposed to send some money. Don't believe that. After a few scams, it's done. But this scamster is so good, you see, at his job. So don't open the email from the mind. And even if you open it, don't believe it. Whatever the content might be, because you do not find the one that it is addressed to. There is no person here. Digest this today. This is my daily imploration. Can we not digest this? Because this is what we are seeing. We are not finding this on. Just because we have believed in an imaginary friend for so long, does it mean that it will become a perennial affliction? See, it is imaginary. Then give me a problem that doesn't belong to that imaginary one. Not a problem. See, the entire experience, spectrum of experiencing is not a problem for me. It is tasting the contrasting experiences and finding joy in that. I told you about the exercise we did once. I went to a lot of spiritual places. So, in one advanced course, there was an exercise once. How pain can be experienced as pleasure. So, it's a very simple experiment. You are asked to keep your hands up like this, like sideways, like half an hour, 45 minutes. And then it would start to pain. And then they said, you cannot put your hands down. Because if you put your hands down, then something there to scare you. Right? You'll never get rid of this cycle of birth and death or something, whatever leverage worked. And then you start to accept this pain. And you find that experientially, frequency-wise, there is not so much difference between pleasure and pain. And you can start looking at these things in the experience spectrum, this frequency spectrum, and see that it's really for that which is truly here, in acceptance of this, even pain doesn't seem like a problem. Of course, you don't have to chase these kind of experience. Consciousness is creating enough for itself. So we find that even this we can use and see who is pain a problem for. Who is the one that says, oh, my life should not have this experience, it should only have that? And more than physical pain, I find this pain of other things, relationships. Whose relationship? We have long distance relationships sometimes. But the longest distance relationship is with the one that we can't even find. So let's break this relationship, the false relationship, and see whether other relationships can give trouble. It's funny that the person is not in this realm, and the reality of who you are is not in this realm. Both are not in this realm. Then how to make this realm seem juicy and important? Just by giving yourself this power of belief. You can attach to anything. Some are collecting old stamps, some are collecting anything, paper cups. You can attach to anything. Anything in this realm, once you start to say me, mine, and it aids our sense of specialness, you can attach to it. Cars, carpets, gadgets. You can attach to anything that appears in this realm. But not without the power of our belief. Not without the sense that there is an individual me that exists in this realm. There is no real you in this universe. The universe is in you, but we'll come to that in a while. Okay, no mind. I'll repeat for you.
Belief belongs to
Consciousness. Who's here? Not you. Here is in who. Okay, but we can say who's here.
this capacity to shift attention of belief is again person based.
She says that the capacity to shift attention or belief belongs to a person. You know this? You see, we must be able to find this one and then say, yes, these are the attributes of this one. So this is the size, weight, color, then it has what powers, attention, belief.
Anything that is abstract would have the body.
Yeah.
If you dissect it, it is a whole bunch of processes
Yes.
happening simultaneously. There is nothing called. It's again a process. Body is a process. So
She says body is a process. So body cannot have.
So the same way, even this is just has come together. The person has come together.
Okay. She says person has come together, made up of what all?
For so long I've listened to, so I have a lot of these questions coming.
She's not been in satsang for long, so all these questions can come. So she says person has come together. What all has come together to create it?
Just the way body has
Body
been put together as a process.
Yes.
The same way the person, along with so many things, have been put together.
Yes, but body we can see, no? Of course, we don't even know yet what keeps the atoms together of the body. But at least speaking from phenomenal experience, we can say, okay, body is here, person is where.
It's an abstract thing, just like happiness.
Abstract also should have some attribute. To say something is abstract, at least one attribute it must have. An abstract thing, would you call nothing an abstract thing?
Nothingness is abstract.
No, would you just say nothing is an abstract thing?
Can't be a thing.
It cannot be a thing unless it has at least one attribute. However abstract it might be. So, what do you find when you look for this person?
Can you just explain this? How do you take any abstract thing, happiness,
Yeah.
sadness?
Yes.
When you dissect
Yes.
it, where do you get? What do you
Yes.
get?
So, happiness versus sadness. How do we know the difference?
So there is no just happiness. Describing happiness.
Yes. It's tasted
Finding
as
it.
there is a attribute to this joy or happiness, which is that there is a taste. There is a sense of happiness, a sense of elation, which is experienced. At least happiness, any emotion, you have a experience of it. And that is why we are able to distinguish between emotions because they taste different. If they had no attribute, then there would be no taste.
So that tasting is person based.
Where did the person come from? She
It's
says,
as abstract as a happiness. Person is an abstract.
yes, so tell me what is that one attribute of this person? Happiness, you can say yes, it feels like this. Sadness, you feel that it feels like this. And grief, it feels like that. Huh? Rage feels
You
different.
said
All this.
they're both kind of very similar. The pain and the pleasure,
Yeah.
frequency wise, is similar. So even that barrier is also
Yeah,
abstract.
exactly. But this person is what? Is there a person here now? If happiness was here, you could say yes. A sense of the feeling of happiness is here, energetically experienced. Now, this person, when we say, what are we referring to?
Imaginary idea, abstract idea.
Just an idea or a belief, but is the label happiness could be an idea, but is the feeling of happiness, the experience of happiness also an idea? So this one we cannot find. And if it is so difficult to find, why don't we make all the effort first to check on the existence of it before we go to any presumption of it and then live this presumed life? Why is it that we are defending this one that we can't find? Why is it that we are defending this one that we can't find? Rather than to be scientific and say, okay, I will go with what I directly find. And if I find this one, then I will cater to it. Till then, I don't find any evidence of this individual entity.
Just great textbook, for example, the 5 main things that distinguishes living versus non-living.
Yeah.
One of them is that it responds to the environment. So pleasure, pain, heat, whatever, it tries to move away from it or go towards it. And so I think it's at a very core the programming of being living, living basis is that.
I'm not even saying that. I'm saying that even if there is a sense of life energy in this body which is moving, does that prove the existence of a person which is moving? You find that some days this life force is minimal, prana shakti is not there. Some days it's high. You see, because the play of this prana shakti is low or high, does this prove the existence of an individual entity?
For a momentary time.
Yeah, I
It is
would.
taken
If
a form.
you could say that I, as a person, am dictating how much life energy I have in this moment, then I'd like to meet that one who is. How does this life energy come? Where does it come from? It comes from the same source, consciousness. So the body, all these atoms and molecules, flesh and blood, working in consonance with this life energy seems to give it some movement. But how does that prove the existence of the ego? What does it have to do with that one?
It's more like ego is not as a doer but as a done to. Like that, it's the others,
Yeah.
consumer in like.
Yeah. So she
But
says,
there it's existing as that.
she says ego is not the doer, but the one that is the receiving end, the done to of life. So life is happening to that one. Which one? Yeah. That is that one. No? That you say, "Tum karta, main bhogta." You are the doer, but I am the experiencer. So where is this one?
It's like
The
it's
poor
not,
dunning.
it's like it's the sum total of all that has happened and will continue to happen till
The sum total of all that has happened to who?
to this. For example, when you are addressing me, this ego is what you are addressing.
I'm addressing the ego, then I'm completely failing.
As in this,
What?
whatever you are addressing, whatever is
I'm
present
addressing only
here,
consciousness is having a monologue. Who am I addressing? You tell me. Bring that one ahead. Where is it?
the one who is the listener here.
Who is the listener? Yes, very good. Who is the listener?
And the listener's context space. You are. It's just like what you are saying is not just remaining at the level of sound. There is some entity which is against
Which entity?
a backdrop. It's not like a physical entity.
Then
But
what
it's
is it?
there.
What
It's
is it?
spirit. It's spirit, but it's there. Like
This spirit, if you find it,
separation in spirit. So I'm not sure.
it's a separation that happened in spirit. Now there are two spirits.
Yes, there are. I mean, there are. The separation is a fact.
Yeah.
It's not a
This is
fact,
the voice of
it's
the
a
ego.
fact.
You see, there is a separation happened. Now show me where it happened. Where are the two? It tries to convince us that the separation actually happened. And the split happened in consciousness, and now there is a me and there is consciousness, isn't it?
As in the words that you are saying,
Yeah.
it's listening, and at some point it wants to say that this is not
Which one is
matching.
listening?
This one is not. It's what you are saying is absolutely true, but it wants to say that currently this is not the stage at which I am.
Yes,
or
yes. So
something
this one
like
that is
this.
saying this is one of the two spirits. So let's look, because we can buy these ideas, but we must be able to look at them and say that the separation happened.
It's
Now
like
did
a
the
waking state. It's like a waking state phenomenon.
waking state phenomenon, where what happens? So waking happens first. So the presence of I am is there. Then what happened?
So there's this clearly separate entity, which is it's clearly it has come up in a certain flow. Certain flow has given birth to this, and But it's not like a linear flow. At any moment, it can be broken, and many times it happens also. Like something you say.
Where? Which one is this? The
So,
separate entity is which one? How is it to be found? If you check on the sense of being or existence, we can check. Can I stop being? The sense I am is our direct experience. Now, the separate entity, the experience how?
in terms of, it can be like only in terms of a longing to completely like match what you're saying and to not have any kind of protest. So there it's present as this thing which says it's still not matching.
Just the mind. The thing which says is only the voice in our mind. The voice of our thought. You see, but is it a thing? Does the voice have a mouth? What are some of its attributes? Even if it's abstract, okay, it's not like a body. What is it made up of?
Made up of discontent. And striving.
Discontent is just emotion. It comes and it goes. How can something be made up, some entity be made up of discontent?
So it's not like some very, very discontented entity striving for home, and will not rise again after that. So
I'm saying that there is no such entity. You show me where this entity is and claim the money. I'm saying it's just a mere presumption, just a belief.
It's a mere presumption. Might not be the experience somebody else or something else. It's a tree. But the experience is always through this.
It is not through this. It is your experience is always direct. Consciousness experiencing its own play. What tells you that it is through this?
Since I want to experience being a tree, for example, if the fluidity was there, it's so easy to understand.
So, if consciousness is playing in this way right now, you see, it is also played in many ways, isn't it? You had dreams of being various people. You only dream that you're Swami.
I don't even see myself. I see that I'm there, but I don't see my body, or I've never had a dream that's so clear.
Anything that we experience, is it that our experience that it is experience without me? Is there a tree without there first being a you? The sense of existence of anything, does it not rely on first the experience, the existence of this I am? So this I am is the consciousness of beingness. Now we are saying that it has been split. So what is the split? It has been split into one and everything else, God and me, or has it been split in all these beings that we see?
eventually it is only I versus the rest of the universe, whatever. So most private level, it is just that. There is each time on scrutiny, it is not firm, but there is a tendency to return back to this kind of split back into this road play.
Yes, so this is the tendency we are working on. This rehab called Satsang is a rehab for this tendency.
So it is seen as
like she said, she's been away for a few weeks, so all this has taken some hold. So it will take some shaking out. Because she has, you have, both of you have had direct recognition of who you really are. And when you found that, you did not say, okay, there's one awareness here, But there's also Vidika, Suchitra, Soumya, whatever. You do not find this. So this tendency is which one? I'm telling you that this tendency is just to give belief to this mind, to these thoughts. Right now, who is here? What is here? Don't visualize, don't imagine, don't presume. Check. Who is here now?
Well, if this being is not the person, then why is it that every appearance of being supposed to have appears to have differences, likes and dislikes? For example, when we go to ice cream, Scarlet can be choose one flavor over another. So if this being is not the person, then how this layer appears to happen?
Yes. So he says if the being is not a person, then how does the personal play of individual preferences happen? Firstly, let's clarify what you're seeing right now. Are you finding that there is being here, being there? What could it be? That there's being here, being there, being there, being there, and what is there in the space between them?
The experience is not
In experience, there is only one being. Now, this satsang, the recognition of the truth of who we are, relies on this direct experience. So, what can we say about all these individual preferences? Is the same as saying why does everyone have individual fingerprints which are separate? Why does everyone have a separate retina? So you can do a retina scan. Nobody has the same retina. Because it is found that in this play, in this realm, consciousness experiences itself with no redundancy, with so much diversity, because it is the one experiencing itself as the one split up into all the possible imagined constituents. Okay? So the entire spectrum, good and evil, lies and truth, you see, kindness and unkindness, everything is available here. So in this realm of duality, the entire spectrum of experiencing is here. That's why I think consciousness it doesn't like redundancy because it's already experiencing itself in that way. So even twins are married to one of the twins, and I see that even they have different experiences, different uh, ideas about themselves, different beliefs. So every expression here of consciousness is unique. It's seen like that.
Father, contemplating on something, uh, even its false pretend to be a person, most of the time every being is behaving from the true place when they are not identified. Only the moment when they are identified, that moment they pretend to be
Yes.
a person.
Yes.
So it's like even when you see from true place, you see environment also behaving, responding from that place, isn't it? This moment to moment.
That's why I say that this moment is your best friend. So all conditioning, all our beliefs, everything is gone. Unless you reach out to the mind now and pick up the story it is selling. You cannot even tell me anything which is personal. Without going to this mind, can we refer to any aspect of the story what happened to me yesterday, what I've been suffering with for the last 10 years. What exists naturally is a simple sense of existence.
So, see, is it like an inability to take a downstream identified point of view, or the certitude of the original position?
Both come together. Both of them come together. As the certitude is happening more and more, as you're checking on the where the sun actually rises from, there is certainty about that which is increasing, and the inability to go with the opposite seems to
Anything
be.
downstream.
Yeah. Obviously, it happens on both of those happen together. You see, they're one movement. So that is why we check who are we in reality, and we also, in the checking who we really are, then gives us the ability to not believe what our thoughts are saying. Not believing what our thoughts are saying gives us more momentum to check on who we are.
I
It's
see
one.
that.
It's together. It's a virtuous circle in some way. What is here without presumption?
It's too much obvious in this moment.
Too
Just
much?
space. Obvious.
Yes.
Just space. Well, there are energies and memories,
Very good.
but just space is allowing this. So it's
Very
much
good.
obvious.
Very good.
This space.
You see that all there is this space. Now find who is witnessing even this space.
But if you see, okay.
Who witnesses even this
I
space?
have to see this. Oh, no. Well, I can't see my life. Something more profound and so peaceful. It has not interesting that memory of memories and
Yeah.
that energy. Things that I wanted to, okay. I'm not important to talk. Okay. That I like to be silence and peace.
What is your most authentic truth? The unchanging truth. What do you mean by
You
authentic?
have said this, but it seems that it's the silence that
Yes.
somehow I feel I'm in that silence. Because if I check my mind, no, I must be solving it. Nothingness. But what is coming now is just somehow I feel awareness. It's very good. Well, there are some implying and making pain, but it's very obvious that I'm not this space. Is now I can feel that space, and that I'm not that thing that is fighting. It is losing power, and I am get like somehow I am this like a big silence and emptiness and peace.
Yes.
Just perhaps somehow it seems not, I don't know for who, like much empty or without interest. So also there are some identity fields. Sometimes it comes like fear. Now it's coming like it seems that I am is like without any experience. So it seems like, oh, like both. It's kind of
What is it?
like both.
Both.
Sometimes I'm just very afraid. I want to disappear. Now I'm not so identified with the identity, but also this space perhaps there's not enough attraction. No passion. No. I don't
It's not.
That which witnesses this space, is that space?
No.
That's not space. Is that you?
It comes from the space. Because I'm trying to shift it out. My mind, I know that it comes also from the space. It exists before the space.
The witness of the space, does that also come from the space?
I know that it exists before. So I cannot change.
Okay, let's all do this. Let's all do this. Is it not our direct experience that sometimes we are not receiving any sensory input? There is nothing, we are in a completely quiet place, eyes are closed, there is no outer world being experienced.
It seems that this awareness came from the source.
Let's check. Let's check together.
Because the space is sucking this awareness. So
Let's check together. So we find that there are times in which none of the senses are giving us any input. Do we exist or no? Still exist. No. There are times where even our thoughts, emotions, everything seems to go quiet. For those of us who have been meditators, they're trying to get to this kind of experiences. That there is no experience of any thought, any emotion, sensation, it's completely quiet. Even the sense, but even in these states, the sense that I exist is still present, isn't it? We've also had the experience of sleep, where nothing is, not even the sense of existence. And many used to say that even I am not there. And we've taken that very often now to say that there is a state called sleep, there must be an I which witnesses this state of sleep. So this I, at least this one we can agree that this is the unchanging one or not? Yes? So this, yes? Let's see again. So we say that there was sleep and there was waking. To make out this difference between sleep and waking, there must be one constant witness. You say, I was asleep and then I woke up. So there must be this one witness. But already in sleep state, we said that there is nothing. There was nothing, not even the sense that I exist is there. So this I, which is the witness that there is nothing, not even the sense I exist, this one must be prior even to this sense of existence. So now what is happening is that we see that this awareness remains unchanged no matter what the state which is coming and going. Can we all agree on this? This one witness, which witnesses all our states, dream, sleep, waking, turiya, whatever states we want to call it, this one witness remains unchanged through these states. Okay, then what happens? The waking state starts to play as I am, I exist. The sense that I exist is born in the waking or dream states. So it's from when there was nothing, not even sense of existence, now there is sense of existence. So this I is playing as I am. But because it is playing as I am, does the witness change in any way? Does it really change in any way? Even though the dynamic aspect took birth, does that fundamentally affect this witness, which is the witness of all there is? Does it affect that in any way? You must contemplate these. Yeah, yeah. See.
Here, what I feel is that awareness, to whatever extent I can understand, is very limited. In the sense, the perspective is always not multitude perspective. It is pretty much one or two, three perspectives, if at all, awareness wise of anything. So it's not the real awareness, not the true awareness that you're talking about.
Yes. Because maybe you're confusing attention with awareness. That which is playing in this phenomenal play, then what happens is limited because you run out of it. You can listen to these words, but somebody distracts you from there, you'll miss these words. If it is unlimited, then no, the entire universe, whatever sounds, whatever is being uh, coming to us would be experienced completely, isn't it? So this attention is limited. But that which is aware of this, you see, what are the limits of that one? Who is aware of your attention?
In a very subtle way.
The subtlety, who is aware of? You see, because you're visualizing. Because this that is aware, what is subtle about it?
It's very fine, not
Fine in what way? Fine versus coarse.
yeah, kind of. In the sense, it's there, not there. It's very because maybe because it's not interacting with anything, or nothing is happening. So it's just there.
Okay. Yes, I know what you mean, but really to dig in, can we even say it is there? Can we put a spatial location to awareness in any way? Can we give it any sort of size or attributes?
There has been a lot of mental projection of this universe,
Yes,
which is
yes.
great and all that. But really, when I know
There's none of that. Just that's why I've given you this tool to check. Are you aware now? What is it that you find that makes you say yes?
very good question, but I don't know.
It's a good question, I know. I often said it's probably the most important question I've asked. So we say yes. Why? Why is it that that which we cannot find phenomenally, we're still able to say yes? Everything else we want phenomenal evidence. Except the person, of course, apparently. Very often I ask to check if there's a computer here. We check, yes, the computer is here. To check on, is there a table? We check, yes, there's a table. We check. We feel like I'm feeling happy today. We check there's some sense of happiness. Everything else we are able to check phenomenally. Even the sense of existence. Can you stop being? We're able to say, no, the presence is experience. But is this awareness even an experience like that? Are you aware now? Yes. How is this known? That's what we have to check. How is this known? Anytime we check, we see yes. I say, okay, don't be aware. Is it possible?
Deep meditation and deep sleep.
She says, in deep meditation and deep sleep. How you know this? Were you not aware? To say that I am not aware in deep meditation, who knows that you are not aware?
Just wake up and you just don't know what happened. There's a gap.
Yes, who knows there was a gap?
Slowly the mind has to comprehend there's a gap.
But even to comprehend, something must be there at that time for it to comprehend later, isn't it? See, I say that I take you to a time lapse. Is it? So 10 minutes and move forward now. 10 minutes move forward. Is it? So that if it actually, I was able to do some magic trick and show you, okay, see, 10 minutes move forward. You're not able to comprehend those 10 minutes. Nothing. You're not able to say there was nothing there. It is just time move forward. To say that there was nothing or there was a gap, or even consciousness was lost, must be the witness must still be there, isn't it? To say, I went to sleep and I woke up. So I have been asking this question: what time did you wake up this morning?
Asking
Yeah,
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. So what happened at 6 o'clock? What happened at 6 o'clock that you're able to say that I woke up?
Waking state came out.
Waking state came, but before that, the waking state was not there.
Might have been there.
What is your experience?
Must be there. Must be there in the background somewhere that I mind can't understand. Maybe mind went to sleep.
You have to come every day now for a few days.
I don't agree.
It's possible for you now to come often? Yes.
Anantaji, namaste.
Say,
May I ask you something?
yes, yes, yes.
Yes, namaste.
Sachin, yes, here you
Uh, whatever you speak, I've been following you for quite a while, and it's ringing very true in the heart. Whatever the pointers are ringing very true. It's no question. Last year at the Muji's retreat, a very clear recognition, and I could not live with the personal self, and can the seer be seen? This was dialogued with Mujiji, and as to say, went on the other side, and everything was, and the sense of I and here is the same, that there is no separate I and here, but there is just this thorn which is linked to memory, because I think many years ago there was this insight where there was this awareness even in sleep, that something could see the body sleep, and the witness was even in sleep. So now the mind, or whatever you want to call it, that thought gets attention from me, that this is why this has not come to that stage somehow. Though of course I cannot find myself objectively that this is me. It's very clear. There's nothing, but this awareness, which is not a phenomena, but so there's totally lapse in sleep completely. So is this a trick which the mind is playing, or is it to be also left out? Because it's a memory. I can see that it's a memory, but there's some attention going to this thought that why is it? Can you please say something?
This is very good. So let's look at this. Is there ever an experience, phenomenally, without first there being the sense that I exist? Even to say that there was I saw that my body was sleeping, there must be the sense of existence. I exist, I am. Then what happens is that we find that, okay, but even this sense of existence went away. There was nothing. There was just sleep. But how are we able to even say that? If there was nothing, who would be there to see that there is nothing? So this eternal witness, which is unchanging, is aware that there is nothing. And the root of all something is the sense that I exist. So be it a dream, be it a astral state, be it a turiya experience, be it the waking state, whatever the experience might be, it rests on first the sense of I exist, I am. So it doesn't really matter what the experience is. The mind could be playing a trick on you, saying first that must become like that and then I can be free or something like
Yeah, something like this, yeah. So that's why I wanted to bring this up, because it's been taking a lot of attention from, and this, so I have this again, a habit of looking at your eyes or Mujiji's eyes or Ramana's eyes and recognizing this place of no place. And of course, then it's there. So this movement is still happening, that I still have to look, or you can say this is a love affair, that's why I do it. Or is it a stage where it comes that this also drops? There's this effort going to it, you can say. Do you see? Yeah.
That which moves is our attention.
Yes.
A powerful force which seems to bring phenomena to life. So that which is aware of the movement of attention, is that moving?
Yes, I am with you. I feel you what you're saying. Yes, absolutely. That's not moving.
That's not moving.
No, that's not. But it's kind of something wants to recognize this unmoving place.
Just now when you check, that is the recognition itself. You see, that itself is the recognition. Yeah. Something to make an experience out of it. Yeah. So forget about that one. Just this, like a question like, am I aware now? In this instant is the recognition of this unchanging, unmoving awareness.
Right.
It is that simple. So the recognition is like this. Just now when you check and see, no, that which is aware of the movement of attention is itself not moving. You checked already.
Yes, yes, true.
So, because it is not tasted as a phenomenal experience, the mind can come and say, but it must always stay like that. But it is like that.
Yeah.
If I say, do be aware for a second, can you do it?
True. No, can't. No.
Can't do it.
No.
I create some distance between yourself and this awareness. Step away from it. Can you do it?
No. Yes, absolutely not. No, of course not possible to do it. No. And I've heard you say that let the attention go free. Let it go.
Yes.
Let it go everywhere. And so that has been also kind of pulling me this, because I don't want to be in this prison of keeping the attention all the time. It's a job 24/7.
The pain. I remember here also it was a big pain, because I remember for many months or years I tried to keep the attention on I am. When I was reading the book I Am That, and Maharaj used to say, okay, keep your attention on the sense I am.
Yes.
I was finding that it just doesn't happen. But why am I to this? Be dependent on the attention being at a particular place. Who is aware of the movement of attention? That is the truth of who we are. So of course, for those who are able to and just marinate in this sense I am, it's good for them. But not everybody is, especially not ones with short attention spans like myself. I found that it just doesn't stay. And it
Yeah.
became not of I'm not able to do it, I'm not finding the self. But it is about not even about that actually. Who am I right now? Fundamentally, that which is not changing. Like Guruji says, if the truth is true, then it must be here now.
Mm.
So the minute you check, is there awareness here? Am I aware now? You're finding both. Who is aware of this awareness?
It's aware of itself. It's just there.
Yes, but where are you?
Even this effort of trying to find me is even this. Yeah, even there's awareness of even this.
Yes, yes. And who is aware that there is awareness even of this? Are you not aware of this?
Yes, I am aware. Yes, I would say I am aware. It's a little bit strange to say I because yes, I'm
Because
aware of this. Yes, yes,
we use I for the wrong purpose for so long
yeah,
that when we start for the right purpose, it seems a bit strange.
yes, true. Yes, I'm aware of this. Yes.
We are aware.
Mm,
There is no distinction between awareness and I. This is what Bhagavan said, the I that remains, irrespective of everything else that comes and goes. There must be this I awareness,
mm,
is the one witness to all of this movement. This cannot change. Even if you try with all your might, you cannot become unaware. Even in our sleep, we are aware. You cannot say that anything exists without first there being an awareness of it. So the truth is unchanging. That is why it is the truth. You are this eternal truth. You are this self. But in your play as consciousness, you have the power to pretend as if you are not that. So the game of satsang is the game of dropping this pretense. That's all.
so in the daily life when the so as I understand, when we say attention goes out, it means thought is going out. You engage with things, people, circumstances. So there is a sense that you are losing awareness. And then I can, of course, ask who lost the awareness?
You can never lose awareness, but it can seem like we're running out of attention. Also, one beautiful contemplation I want to give you is that check if attention ever goes outside of you.
Yeah.
And you might find that attention is just remains within the space of my own being. And you find that everything is just being experienced within myself, within my being. There is nothing outside of this one being.
Yes.
If attention was a power that could be operate phenomenally outside in this phenomenal realm, then a scientist could latch onto it and say, yes, I found two particles or two waves of attention in this area. It is not part of the phenomenal plane. So attention never leaves us. But I know what you mean. It seems to be that which brings this phenomena to life. Whatever attention goes to in the phenomenal realm seems to exist for us.
Yes, yes, yes.
But that which is aware of this play, even of attention, that is not dependent even on attention. Even to say that there was no attention or I ran out of attention, sleep came, all of this, there needs to be that one witness which is unchanging. That's why I say that you have a window in front of you, and that window suddenly becomes black, you see, for many hours, and then it becomes like a scenery appears in the window, without there being a constant witness, which is unchanging. Would you be able to say that it becomes black and then now there is a scenery?
Hmm.
You will not be able to.
I think what is happening is that this habit of identifying or defining awareness with a certain feeling, some effect,
Yeah.
or a little bit space, a bliss. So if there is no bliss and joy, there is not aware. I think that's what is playing in me, because it's linked with a certain taste,
Yes.
a certain quality.
Awareness has no taste of quality. That is why somebody said, the retreat just now, someone said to me that I am aware, it is clear, but I'm not free yet. And I said, how you know you're not free yet? Because in the Satchita Ananda, the Ananda is not here. You see? I said, you stay with the truth, the Sat and Chit, which is consciousness. You leave them unconcerned, and you find that Ananda will also appear. If you start chasing Ananda, then we cannot truly be with the truth. So, whether Ananda appears or not, your urge is for the truth of who you are. And you're finding this in the unchanged awareness, the discovery of this non phenomenal self, which has no taste. Because even if there was a taste, even there would be awareness of that. So, this awareness is the primal, most primal, prior to any taste. This is your discovery. That is why I've asked you this question: who is aware even of this awareness? So that this distinction between I and awareness is removed. Because many of you are coming to this point where you're saying, yes, yes, awareness is there. It is unconcerned. You see, but subtly in that, what you're saying is that there is a me and there is an awareness which is there. What I'm saying is that this I is awareness itself. Prior to even I am, this I awareness you are. It has no taste, it has no flavor. It's pure beyond any of these things.
So,
And it is
so Anantaji, if when I say awareness is aware of itself, so there's a subtle separation between I and awareness. You're right about that.
yes. Sometimes we can create that distance, you see.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Many times in satsang, how it translates after a few satsangs is that we say, yes, yes, I know nothing is happening to awareness. But what about that is why it's important to see that there is no distinction between awareness and I. This is the unchanging truth of what I am. To say I am aware now, it is the same as saying awareness is aware.
I see it now.
This is the unchanging truth. All the other experiences are coming and going. And therefore, for that which is unchanging, it is not truly meaningful or valuable. What else plays out in the dynamic function? It can be enjoyed as a play. Every moment can be tasted as a prasad, but it doesn't touch the reality of what you are.
Thank you so much.
Father, can I come in?
Lots of questions. Come quickly, and then there are 3 question marks I see on the chat also. We'll look at it. You can come, my dear. You can come.
You are asking me to come in, Father?
Yes, yes, you can come, my dear.
Okay. Father, this awareness in the waking state is very clear, and the inference, like this awareness must have been there in all the 3 states. Otherwise, I wouldn't know the 3 states is also there.
Yeah.
Now, what is arising is that is the I when I say I, means the I which I was saying at the age of 5, who was sleeping, waking, and dreaming, is the same I at 53 also. And I also feel like it is the same I, but was not being found because there was no I am when I was few moments born. But I know that I was there even before the body and even after the body also. And since all these three states, they are happening with this body, I see no reason why this is not a sample of the whole. So it must be happening for the whole also, for one. So the drop is same as the ocean, but it is wrong to say that drop is an ocean. You know. So whatever way the truth is all there. Whatever is happening here, whatever is happening here. Now, so that there is absolutely firm conviction that I am unborn, unchanging, and I do not know what awareness is. I do not know what awareness is because this awareness recognition, it rises only in the I amness, and it is a word kind of a thing. Still, you know, when I say, am I aware now, then there is still a checker actually. There is still a checker. I mean, it's not that, the phenomena arises, but there is still a checker actually, which sees that, whether I am aware or not aware. Now, Father, what is happening? Why I am asking you this question is I gave you the background. This I am has to appear to know I am as well as I. There is no other way. Because the mind is not active in the deep sleep. The mind is active in the
Okay.
dream.
Let's pause because I'll forget everything that you said before this. There are a few things which you said which we must look at. One is that all the three states, dreaming, waking, and sleep, are happening within this body. Check if that is our experience. When
No,
sleep
no,
comes,
not this body. Sorry, not this body. But when the body is here, the body is seen in the consciousness also.
it doesn't have to be this body, isn't it? You see, in a dream, it can be a different body. In sleep, there is no body. Is it clear or not?
Yes, Father, but there is still a separation, na? There is still
Okay.
a separation.
Let's take these points. So this point. Second one was that there is conviction, complete conviction, and I forget what you said. There's complete conviction that I am the unchanging one. That I am the unchanging one, but awareness is not. So the conviction that I am the unchanging one is on the basis of lack of awareness, or there's no awareness that I am the unchanging one?
Father, only if I look at it, if I look at it, then all this terminology comes in the picture.
We're not talking about terminology. If you don't look at it, do you become unaware?
No, I can say that it is the same awareness.
It's the same awareness. So the point is not to come to the right terminology. The point is to see that if I say that I am the unchanging one, now this I, which is the unchanging one, is it unaware or aware?
That is where actually I am slightly bit stuck.
Yeah,
Because this awareness seems to rise actually only in the I amness. This awareness seems to rise only in the I amness.
So let's look at this. That which rises in the I amness is what I call the phenomenal perceiving. And many people use the term awareness for that, but that can become very confusing. You see, in the presence of being, there is the ability to perceive phenomenal things either outwardly or inwardly. Outwardly as external objects, and inwardly as we perceive our imagination, our memories, all of this perceiving is happening. You see? But that which is aware that even this functioning comes within I amness, this which is aware of that, is that also coming along with I amness?
No, but it started from I am. But it started from I am.
So, and this will answer, I feel, Omkar's question also. To say that it started from I am must mean that there was awareness that it was not there before that.
No, Father, it has to be there. It has to be there, and because I say I'm aware, and I was in all the three states, so I cannot negate this.
Yes. So when we say that awareness started from I am, then we must be able to say that before I am, there was no awareness. Is this what you're saying?
No, Father. I'm not saying this. The only thing is, suppose, why I'm searching? Why I'm searching? Awareness does not need. Why awareness does not need to search? The pure consciousness, the being does not need to search.
Yes.
Okay. Now it is the consciousness basically which has for long pretended as the person. Now wants to know basically, who I am, the basic I am, pure I am, as well as then once it is bored of the I am of this play, then it wants to know who is my father,
Yes.
from where I have emerged. So when it looks back, it finds that consciousness finds that I am pure awareness.
Very good.
Okay. And then you say that it is like ice and the water. Ice and the water. So there is only a qualitative difference. Because there is only one. There cannot be two.
Yes.
There cannot be two. So as there is a superimposition of all this external phenomena on the I amness is also seems to be a superposition on the I.
Yes.
Because if I is unchanging, to say that this hand and this finger in the I, then from where the I am has arrived? I am cannot be same as the I.
But you just said they're the same.
Huh?
You just said that they're the same. No? Only qualitative difference. Ice and water.
Yes.
So it is one. That is why it is I am. No, we don't say you are arises. We say the sense I am, the sense that I exist. There is no duality in that.
Father, what the seeker is trying to find out is that when the I am is trying to find the I, then the I is actually awareness, or we can call it like a sun. Okay, when the sun rays they fall on the mirror, or it's the image of the sun in the water. In the water, the water is seeing the sun and saying that I am the sun. I mean, the image is seeing at the sun and saying that I am the sun.
Yeah.
Sun does not know that it has a reflection on the water. This is where I'm stuck actually. Again and again, I'm going into this.
Because you're taking the metaphor too far. You see, it is a useful metaphor. But the knowingness knows all there is. So this awareness is aware of everything. And yet it is unconcerned. So to be unconcerned is not to be not knowing. I knows I am. Only I knows I am actually, but not in a mental knowing, of course. The knowingness is the all-knowing, isn't it? Maybe the way we are understanding knowing is different. It is not knowing it like a concept, oh, I am now. They're not like that. It is the knowingness itself that knows itself as I am now. So this knowingness is knowingness itself. It is not the not knowing. But this
So
knowingness,
this means the I am is not an appearance. That means it is only the mind which is trying to find out whether it is a change, because we call it state. No, we call it states.
from the perspective of awareness, even the sense I am is an appearance. It's the sense of existence. Appearance is what? That which comes and goes. That which is not eternal. That which is present and absent. So from the absolute perspective, even the presence, even the I am, is an appearance because even that comes and goes. This is known by whom? It is the same I that knows this.
This is not clear. Actually, this is not clear, and until the clarity comes, the mind will not rest.
Let the mind come and go. This has been my advice to you from the beginning. But don't wait for the resting of the mind because the mind will say, okay, only if you feed me this, I will rest. It doesn't. You fed it various things. You had many direct recognition. You're seeing the truth for
Yes.
yourself. But this mind is not resting. You see, because it is lying to you. It is saying, okay, just give me this clarity, then I will rest. It will not rest. You let it come and go. You
Yes,
surrender.
Father.
It will not come to rest like that by feeding it. You rest in your seeing. Let the mind jump about a little bit, but you don't feed it your belief, your attention. And you see, it starts to lose its power. That I remember there were 2 days in the middle where you were just not catering to the mind. You were just allowing it to come and go. And it was trying to frustrate you, choke you, you were feeling some grief coming, all that was happening. And I said, it's very good actually. You allow it to just go, fade away, lose all of its power. Because the mind will not ever grasp this. The mind cannot even grasp awareness. It will only grasp a concept of it. And we use that concept to create a coherent conceptual framework. But satsang is not about that.
Actually, what happens now when I listen to satsangs, then again the pointings, they get refreshed, and I try to again use those pointings again and again. So this seeking, I mean, it keeps alive. It keeps alive actually, again and again and again. So maybe then I need to take some break actually, maybe from satsang, or at least mute the words or something. So further, then for me, there is no need to witness thoughts and other things because they only engage me.
Yeah. You just surrender at the feet of my master, like I've said from the very beginning. Because
Fine.
this is going to squeeze the mind to its minimalistic level. You see. Everything else, in your case, gets used to activate the mind in some way. And of course, that can come with some beautiful insights sometimes, which are good. But then you get into this mode of trying to make the mind happy and to keep the mind quiet, to give it some ultimate knowledge. There is no ultimate knowledge like that which will keep your mind quiet. So don't aim for that which doesn't exist. See that it is still the texture. Just allow it to come and go. What happens to your mind is that you feel that the simple pointings, you feel like they are not for you. So the mind comes and says, oh, surrender. Oh, this is too boring. I want to really understand that. You see, I want to really get to the bottom of this. Then I say, okay, don't believe your next thought. Oh, but that must be just for beginners. You see, or something like this, your mind will keep saying to get in the way of the simplicity of what is going on here. And it gets attracted to the metaphysics of all of this. But the metaphysics of all of this will not resolve it. You see, your mind will not keep quiet by knowing the metaphysics of this. You have to have this sense of allowing the mind to just come and go. Surrender and don't believe your next thought are the same actually. Whatever the mind is saying, it is my father's problem or it is the Sadguru's problem, whatever. So allow yourself to free, allow your being to free itself from this mind. All the insights are there. There is nothing you are missing actually. But it is just this monkey which says more bananas, more bananas. It will keep going.
Thank you, Father.
God said, the one that is discussing itself, the one that is discussing about itself being awareness comes and goes, yes. How can it infer that it is something that is ever present? That I am always present, even in deep sleep, is only an inference. This is a very good question. So let's look at what an inference is. You see, the inference is like where is he? Very good to see you, my dear. So, what is an inference? You see, if you wake up in the morning and you find some chocolate in your beard, and you can say, you can infer that I must have had a snack, a midnight snack, or I must have sleepwalked and had this chocolate. See, that is an inference. You deduce it. You come to a conclusion based on the evidence that you find. You see, but to say that I woke up at this time, or at least this was the time that showed up when the waking state came, okay? And there was sleep and there was nothing in that. That is not an inference of this sort. It is not an inference because we don't really know. Like it could be our children who could have just for a prank put some chocolate in our beard, you see, or something. So we are just inferring. We don't really know what happened. You see? So in this case, this is different. It is not an inference, but it is a knowing that yes, there was sleep and now there was waking. There is another way to look at this, which could mean that you're saying that even for saying this, even to say this, that there was a state called sleep in which there was nothing, I have to rely on memory. You see, you could be saying like that. So this is not the inference like a deductive inference, but reliance on some memory of experience to be able to say that this is what actually happened. Yes, this is true. You see? But if you are going to be using memory for other things that we know, if you're going to be using memory for other things which have been experienced in the past and that we presume to know, then we can also use it in this way. Once we stop using memory and don't refer to the past for any knowing, then even that can be dropped. You see, because without that, there is not even the search for freedom. When we are so fresh in the moment, we are so alive right now, there is nothing to be searched for or to be found. So if memory can be used as an ally of the identity, then we also use memory to show you the reality of what you are. If memory is dropped as an ally of the identity, then we don't even need to refer to any other state, sleep state, or meditation state, or dream state. So, in that way, we can say yes. We infer based on memory of what was experienced, but who is to say that the last second happened at all or not? We cannot say. We lost him. Acha, I got disconnected. So I was saying the second aspect, which you could be meaning as an inference, could mean that which we are referring to memory to claim the knowing of something. And I was saying that as long as we are using memory for some sense of continuity, some sense of identity, then we can also use memory to resolve this, to see what is really being experienced. When we stop relying on our memory at all, then we won't even have to refer to any other state which was experienced in the past. That was the first aspect of what you said. Then you say being can be confirmed by itself, but to call it awareness still seems to be an inference of this very being, which comes and goes. Yes. So it is beingness, which itself is coming to the recognition of its source or of its true self. Because the self never lost or pretended to be otherwise. So what is happening when you check, am I aware now? The question is distinct from, can I stop being, isn't it? So being, I am that I am, is different from, I am aware even that I am. So what is happening? The recognition, of course, still belongs to being, but being recognizing its own source. What is it made up of? And it is at this point, on this question, am I aware now, that you see that there is no distinction even between awareness and consciousness, although qualitatively they continue to play as if they are different in some way. Okay, he seems to be going in and out, but hopefully the recording will help him. Then he said, when we say we woke up, our waking state came, but my experience does not see it coming and going. It just appears from nowhere and sees that it is here. Yes, it is here in relation to it not being here. So that which comes and goes, there must be a witness of that coming and going. Otherwise, none of us would be able to even, none of us would have to even invent a term called sleep if it was not our experience. There's a difference between sleep, and if I was to say, oh, actually, you didn't go to sleep, what happened is that you came to this heaven with all the angels were there. This is not my experience. So you see that, you say that, but that is not my experience. What was our experience? Oh, that there was nothing. So the I that is able to say this, it was not the experience of heaven and the pearly gates, even when there was nothing. There was this I who was aware that there was nothing. Then you say, the inference I was speaking about is not about memory, but about it being an assumption. So, yes, so that we check, no? That is not an assumption, because an assumption could mean that any of us who could assume that a different state could be there. But we all say that sleep is something in which there is nothing. It is an experience where there is nothing. And that is why when there's an experience of something, we invented another term called dream. I had a dream that there was something, and then I went back to sleep. All this is speaking from the direct experience of what we have experienced. And we can only speak from direct experience from what has been here in memory. Once we stop relying on memory, then everything is just fresh and in the moment. And even fresh in the moment, find that I am aware, even that I exist. I know I exist. This knowing is primal. This existence is also seen from that perspective. So we can just, if we're not relying on memory for anything, we can just check right now. What is most primal to me? This witnessing. It witnesses even the sense of being. This knowingness. It knows itself and knows of the existence. So without inferences right now, without even referring to memory, what is it that we find here? We find that there is a sense of existing. Who is aware of this sense of existing? That is I. It is not a personal I. It is not an entity I. It is not a phenomenal I. Yet it is undeniable that I am aware of my existence. The reporting can only happen phenomenally, of course. All these words are just part of the phenomenality. But the knowing of this existence, is that also phenomenal? Is the awareness of this existence also phenomenal? Who is aware of the phenomenal perceiving? Because many times confusion happens between the natural functioning of this being, which is a part of which the phenomenal perceiving is a natural part, and that which is aware of even this functioning. To say that without referring to memory, I find that I am here I am here. And this sense is aware of its existence. So that to say this sense is aware of its existence means I am that I am. I am that I am. That which is aware that this sense is aware of its existence. What can we say about that one? Is it not known that this being is aware of itself? Not a person or entity, but just here, yes. However, to jump from here to I am awareness and eternal. Yes, so let's look at both of them separately. This awareness that being knows itself, is this subject to the presence even? Is this more intimate than even being to you? Or is the being the most intimate? What seems to be on the screen? The sense of existence or that which knows the sense of existence? What seems to be appearing? The sense of existence or that which knows the sense of existence? Once this becomes clear, then we can get to the eternal part. Because the eternal part means that which is beyond time. And then when you start to see that time is just part of the functioning of this consciousness itself, and that which is prior to this remains untouched by the play of time, then we can call it the unborn or the eternal. That which he says, to me the most intimate is the being. That which knows the sense of existence seems to be simply a thought talking about knowing being. And without the thoughts, just check. Am I aware now? And whether this awareness is a functioning of the being, just like sight or hearing or taste or touch. These are the tools. Inner perceiving, this awareness, which is aware of all of this functioning of being. Just contemplate these questions. Already it's not a bad thing. If you just feel, I am this being aware of itself, it is the end of the spiritual journey. In fact, most spiritual paths don't have anything beyond this. I am that I am. It's completely fine. Yes. You say without the thoughts, there is just being. This being seems to be the source of the five senses, but the being itself doesn't seem to be something that something higher is aware of. You might one day just say that, oh, but it was so simple. I was aware of this being. This being was not aware of me. But even if it feels like right now it is just this being which is aware of itself, there is no trouble because ultimately there is no distinction between being and awareness.
uh, to uh, like if you mention about awareness where it's being is busy, all the senses and all whatever happening in this body or whatever thoughts are coming in. So like someday I was probably just wanted to get your clarity. I've been trying to relate awareness with perceiving, but perceiving is automatic. It's like this perceiving of this world happening moment
Yes.
to moment is automatic
Yeah.
process. But there's someone who's aware of it, but it is not concerned to bring your attention to awareness, not on the perceiving, not on the
Yes.
witness, because
Yes.
witness can be confused with this
Exactly.
thing. Yeah. Nothing happened to this, the one who's perceiving
Yeah.
even the
That's why
witness.
I use the term phenomenal perceiving. You see? Because many times we confuse this phenomenal perceiving, which is clearly a functioning of consciousness, with that awareness. We cannot even call it phenomenal perceiving. It is just aware. It is just the knowingness itself.
So when we talk about nothing happened to this awareness, not to this witnessing, because witnessing is just an automated process of this
Yes.
being. But
Yes. So just say phenomenal perceiving, so it won't be confusing. Because sometimes we refer to awareness itself as the primal witnessing. So when we say, when Ashtavakra says one solitary witness in which even consciousness comes and goes, this is the one he's talking about. So, so when you find that this witness, this awareness, nothing is happening to, but to the phenomenal perceiving, it seems to be reliant on our attention. There can be no phenomenal perceiving without the play of attention. So as attention goes, then the phenomenal perceiving also drops. But even to report this, there must be awareness of it.
Remembering so much hard. You let it happen. Sometimes I feel you don't call me for late because it's the best is too bad. So I don't know if I can express now what
Yes.
because it's kind of like there are awareness and there are this loop connected with this point. And this loop is like Shiva, the creator and the destroyer. You are telling me that it's also the big destroyer. And somehow my life is also to go with this. It's red.
Yes. Don't go with the content.
But this look okay.
Don't go with the content. It could be Shiva, Brahma, Vishnu, anything
But
shows
this
up.
book somehow it's you doing this the solution. Just because what is telling this emptiness is gone is that like this attention can be manipulated and go with something that is telling that don't want too much. Because in fact there are a big attraction for that gift. And what is manipulating this attention there are like I can perceive mind is somehow neutral, sometimes it comes with this perception, but there are this identity, like some more strong ideas, and a part of this identity wants to return, but something like an energy, I don't care so much anymore, I'm giving it to you, it's fighting. But the solution is happening, and also this energy is will not remain, so it's just allowing it to happen. And what is wanting to express is I don't know if I check okay, it's happening, or it is also some need of attention from this identity. Okay.
Sorry.
It's okay. So now, as we are coming more and more away from the content of what is being experienced, be it energy, be it attention, all of this, who is the witness of that? Who is aware of this?
Also of the attention.
Also of attention. Yes. The movement of attention, the play of attention also is witnessed by who?
Just like the big silence.
Yes.
That forgets about nothing.
Yes. Nitya says, Father, I find it confusing to say being knows of its beingness. Cannot say this from the experience here. Actually, just to say I am is this. You see? Just to say I am is the knowing that I am.
But can you hear me? I just have no voice. Can you hear me? But isn't it the awareness that no, it's just only awareness
Yes.
that knows of beingness.
Awareness knows of beingness, yes, true. Now this beingness, right now if I were to say, do you exist or no?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, so this is it. You see, so the beingness also knows of its own existence.
Yeah, I cannot, is this really like this? I mean, can you really say it like this?
At these points we see that really there is no distinction between knowing and being. They are moving in lockstep, isn't it? So
In
when we
what?
say I am what I am, whose voice are we speaking from? From the voice of beingness. When we say I am aware of I am, then we are speaking as the ultimate, the absolute awareness. But actually it is I am. So there is no distinction between I and am.
No, that's right. That's exactly the point. There's no distinction.
And who is coming to recognition? Is awareness coming to this recognition?
No, beingness, the consciousness.
So this recognition is
Yeah.
that.
Okay. Now I got it. Yeah, thank you.
Before we close, almost 2.5 hours. It's a lot. Let's see for a few minutes what Janaka said. Janaka said so this he is expressing the joy of his self-realization. Some of you who have not followed the retreat know that in chapter 1, Ashtavakra was speaking and he pointed him to the truth of who he is. And then Janaka came to this recognition. And now he's speaking from that realization. And he's sharing his joy. And he says, so this is the beginning of chapter 2 again. I am now spotless and at peace. Awareness beyond consciousness. All this time, I have been duped by illusion. And I've commented on all of this, so I won't comment today. Then he says, by this light alone, the body and the universe appear. I am everything and nothing. Seeing there is no universe or body, by grace, the self is revealed. As waves, foam and bubbles are not different from water, so the universe emanating from self is not different from the self. Look closely at cloth. You see only threads. Look closely at creation. you see only self. As sweetness pervades sugarcane juice, I am the essence of creation. Not seeing self, the world is materialized. Seeing self, the world is vanished. A rope is not a snake, but can appear to be. I am not other than light. The universe manifests at my glance. The mirage of universe appears to me as silver appears in mother of pearl, as a snake appears in a rope, as the water appears on a desert horizon. As a pot returns to clay, a wave to water, a bracelet to gold, so will the universe return to me. I am wonderful indeed, beyond adoration. I cannot decay nor ever die. Though God and all the universe should perish to the last blade of grass. Need to read this again. I am wonderful indeed, beyond adoration. I cannot decay nor ever die, though God and all the universe should perish to the last blade of grass. I am wonderful indeed, beyond adoration. Even with the body, I am one. I neither come nor go. I am everywhere at once. I am wonderful indeed, beyond adoration. I am astounded at my powers. The universe appears within me, but I do not touch it. I am wonderful indeed, beyond adoration. I am everything thought or spoken and have nothing. In reality, knowledge, the knower, and the knowable do not exist. I am the transparent self in which, through ignorance, they appear. Looking at one and seeing many is the cause of all misery. The only cure is to realize what is seen is not there. I am one, aware, blissful, immaculate. I am unbounded awareness. Only in imagination do I have limits. Reflecting on this, I abide in the absolute. I am neither free nor bound. The illusion of such things has fallen into disbelief. I am neither free nor bound. The illusion of such things has fallen into disbelief. Though I contain creation, it has no substance. Having seen for certain that this universe and body is without form or substance, I am revealed as awareness alone. Imagination has no place here. The body exists only in imagination, as do heaven and hell, bondage, freedom, fear. Are these my concern? I, who am pure awareness. I see no differences or separation. Even the multitudes appear as a single formless desert. To what should I cling? I am not the body. I do not have a body. I am awareness, not a person. My thirst for life bound me to a seeming of life. In the limitless ocean of myself, the winds of the mind roil the myriad waves of the world. But when the wind subsides, in the limitless ocean, the arc of personhood is swallowed up along with the universe it carries. And how wonderful it is in the limitless ocean of myself. Waves of beings arise, collide, play for a time, then disappear, as is their nature. So we've commented on about 20 of these, about 5 or 6. At the end, we haven't. So we can look at them later. Now it's charging. It's working. I've been feeling that the Ashtavakra is very beautiful, and we'll spend some time in our next book. And if Amaya is listening, then our next book could be something like Understanding the Ashtavakra Gita, and we can do it not just as the transcripts, but I'd like to take some time and do some editing on it, maybe put some more clarity to the words. So I'm happy to devote some time over the next few months to bring this Ashtavakra Gita to everyone in a way that it can be digested without it seeming so abstract. So we can create a group of people who would like to help with this. And we can do some of the editing work online, even in a hangout like this. We can get together at some times. I really feel like it's a beautiful offering. And it's funny how these things work, because for some time here, I just felt like not reading any scripture, any book, anything. And now this sense is coming to revisit some of that. Also, a lot of gratitude comes up for these words, because I remember hearing these words many, many years ago also. And they must have played a part even then in bringing whatever clarity is here now. Thank you all so much for being in Satsang today. Ji ki
Jai. Sadhu Anantaji ki Jai.